What's going on, everybody? This is Vinnie Mac, man. Welcome to Pimp's Corner. I've been on vacation for a minute, man. I've been enjoying myself. I know everybody's been anticipating rule number 5 to the Pimp game. And today is the day that you get rule number 5 to the Pimp game. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day so far. Rule number 5 is a rule that should apply to everyone. If you're in the game, you're doing this thing for real. It's just a lot of this is a common sense rule. This is a rule that everybody should follow. And if you don't follow this rule, it might go over your head. You know what I mean? You gotta remember one thing. In the game, you are a manager. So you consider this, as I considered it, a company. You have employees. You want to always do right by your employees when you're in this game. And I want to put this out there before I go any further. I'm not doing this to brag on the game or influence anybody to be in the game or, to put a spotlight in anybody's career. But these are my top 10 rules to the game. It's for enjoyment and entertainment. It's for knowledge about what goes on inside of the game, in my game anyway, because these are my top 10 rules. So I'm just putting this out here. Not trying to promote pimping or hoeing, but trying to get nobody to become a pimp or become a prostitute or a hoe, or 3 or 4, whatever you want to call it. I just want to put that out there first and foremost. So these rules for entertainment, like I said, and some people going to get some nuggets and some jewels out of it and may benefit some of them that's in the game. And if you're in it, then, I want you to be successful and get in and out of the game. The game is not to stay in it for a long time, to get caught up in the game, So you can get caught up in the game, hanging out with the other players and traveling around for, you've been 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years in there in the game. And, sometimes you get caught up thinking, man, I get money every day. I can spend this money here. I can spend this money there. But just don't get caught up in the game, man. But this rule number 5 really applies to your team or whoever you got, even if you're a boyfriend, pimp, whatever, to your folks. I say folks in general, regardless to how many you have. This rule should always be applied. And that is, give your women days off. Days off are required let them, rejuvenate, get some rest, because it's a hard, grimy, dirty job that your folks do. So we want to make sure that you give them some time off. In my game, I was fortunate enough to stay kind of deep. In my game, if I was 6 deep, I gave each of my girls a day off through the week. And through that time, and when I was giving that day off, they could do anything they wanted to do during that day off. If it was just rest all day, they want to spend time with me, we would go out to dinner or whatever they want to, amusement park or whatever, whatever they want to do. But usually I say the amusement park so we can all go together as a group, because that'd be a group thing. And it's more enjoyable when all the girls can come out together and have some team bonding. And team bonding is a very good thing in the game. Also, if you have, multiple employees or folks, you dig what I'm saying? Team bonding is especially good to let your team bond together, go out and do things as a unit. It brings togetherness, it brings happiness to your home. You can get by a lot better when they're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you can see what's really going on inside of your family. I go out, I rarely seen with my whole team, where I go way out somewhere, I've been, sometimes I go to Magic Mountain, to Disneyland, to Disney World, or in Florida, wherever huge amusement parks are way off the track like that, where our eyes are off of us. Then I would go out. I don't recommend you taking your whole team out locally unless you just a local joker and you don't mind being in shine and grind. I like to try to stay out of the way and behind the scenes when I'm dealing with my whole team like that. And, even when me and one of my folks go off, I'm way away from the track. We don't go be in the town, or we go and take out to dinner on a host stroll or nothing like that. Get off the track, do something special with your team. I mean, this really, really works, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I was telling you, when I was 6 deep, I would give each of them a day off. And then on Sundays, I would give my whole team the day off. So actually, my team, if I was deep, they got 2 days off. Some players don't believe in that. I'm gonna keep a hold down and do what they got to do, man. You know what I'm talking about? The bitch gets some time off when she rests every day. If you that type of game, then this rule ain't for you, man. You know what I mean? You just keep doing what you're doing, and we're gonna see how long you last in this game. Because if you get your girls burnt out and then they blow up, you wonder, man, I shoulda, woulda, and coulda. Yeah, if you just gave them that team time off, that's a time to really spend with you, then you probably wouldn't be going through that problem. I mean, they got some fads, they'll blow up on you regardless of anything. But I'm talking about your real team, somebody that put the time and dedication in with you and it fit for this rule number 5. And that's the days off. Even when I had some fresh folks, the rules still apply. At least the Sunday rule applied right then. I didn't give them 2 days off the rip, but after about 90 days, then they got the 2 days off. That you might want to take a little shorter, you might want to take a little longer, but believe you me. And I'll say this because sometimes your folks have kids and families and nieces and nephews. They might want to see their families on that time off. It's better to give them one of those days off to spend with their family. Like on Sundays, my girls could go and do whatever they want to do on Sunday. If they want to go see their families, or if they're in the area of their families, if they wanted to see them, then I would let them. That would be a thing they could do because they didn't work for it, and and so I would let them go see their family or friends or whatever they want to see on that day. So, and then the other day is the day they probably would want to spend with me and do something recreational or kick back and spend some alone time with me or whatever. Because each of those, that one of them 2 days off, they get that day that they got that 1 day off for themselves, they could have a long time with me and we could do whatever we wanted to. Most of the time, they would want to spend that alone time with their man to get to know their man, get the man a little better. And, you can kick back and get things done. You can be inspirational tour, whatever you like to do, man. I like to go to comedy clubs or, I go to concerts. I didn't go to clubs that often because, people be looking and I don't want all the people in my business like that. But sometimes I would occasionally, depends on which state I was in and where I was at, what the atmosphere was, I would go out to a club. Now, don't get me wrong. When I was early in the game, I was the man. I would take my whole team to the club. And, I'd have my mink and my fur on. They'd be dancing all around me. We doing a thing. What I'm talking about? Rent a limousine. We all go out. But I never really took my women to strip clubs and nothing like that because my women work too hard for me to be throwing my money at the strippers or letting them throw their money at the stripper. We don't waste money frivolously like that when you could be getting you something to wear or giving it to your family or your children or stuff like that, or, adding it to your little allowance package or whatever that they had, which, some of the rules talk about that in the further rules. And then one other thing about this here too, you make sure that you give them their birthdays off. I don't, this is another special day. Yeah, I gave them their birthdays off too and did something special with them. Doing my team, my birthdays, they'd pass me for a duration of time. I would make sure I buy them some kind of jewelry or something fly, you know what I mean? Or some attire. But I mainly like to buy jewelry because, especially on a birthday, you know what I'm saying? This is just so inspirational like that. You give them a piece of jewelry, something that they can have that's tangible. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get the gear anyway from working. That's part of what you do as for one of your folks anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, this is Vinnie Mac. I'm telling you, man, these are my top 10 rules to the game, and this is number 5. We're getting down. We're gonna have 4 more after this. And I know the first 6 or the first 5 of them in here really talks about the girl and how you treatment of the girl, because you got to remember, those are the ones that are going out there taking a chance to so you can advance and so they can advance because they have trust in you. So you always want to do the right thing with your girls. You want to, maintain a good relationship with them. These are the solid ones I'm talking about. How we, when I was 5, 6 deep, it might take me 40, 50 brawls to go through get to 5, 6 deep. So if they didn't program in, then they didn't get all the perks like the girls do that stayed there that was loyal to the soil. You dig what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that's coming on here, but I've been giving up all this good game for your mainframe. You know what I'm talking about? I like my top 10 rules to get around up to 1,000 views before I keep dropping another one of these gems on you guys. I asked you to hit my Cash App. Some of you guys have, some of you guys haven't. Game is to be sold, not to be told. So I'm giving away all this free game, and you guys just say, oh, it's all free. He's giving this to us anyway, so you don't hit the Cash App. But hey, that's up to you, man. I'm not begging or nothing like that because I am maintaining, baby. You look behind me. I ain't like I'm starving and I'm begging for nothing, man. You dig what I'm saying? Because I am down and around. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you know. Give them the birthdays off. Have the jubilee time. I usually have my girls buy the other one's birthday by giving them money to buy the girl presents and stuff like that. I probably get the jewelry and the other girls get them whatever they wanted. Depends on how much I give each girl. Depends on how much the girl was, she was a good earner. Of course, each girl got more money for the gift to give that person. So I would always make mine a family thing. I get everybody involved on the girl's birthday. Now, the other girls are going to go to work, of course. You know what I'm saying? But the girl that got the days off, they can either shower with gifts before or after, and then we have a cool night out. It depends on which shift, because it depends on which state, what time the track roll and stuff like that. And if the track allowed me, if there was a daytime crew, then we get it together in the evening, and we would really celebrate their birthday. Sometimes we do it at Benihana's, well, we would have a restaurant, or sometimes we'll go to nightclubs and we will celebrate the birthday, have a great bottle, pop some bottles, you know what I mean, and do some real fly stuff. Depends on if you got top earners. Now, if you got you check a small traps, then of course you're not gonna do all the extravagant things. And a woman has to understand if her trap is not that big, and you guys maintain it, she should expect a whole bunch of huge things. You know what I'm saying? She got to know the value of her value and what her purpose is, and know that if her man is doing the right thing and she's only bringing in smaller amounts of money, I don't know what you guys accept for would be the lowest you set on track. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, she has to understand that, some of these big old extravagant things might not come if she's not one of the top earners. That's why you have different levels to where you take a girl out celebratory, different levels to jewelry that you buy, different levels to the clothes that you buy, doing say fashion and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It depends on her track, you dig? So there's one thing about this for sure, man. If you listen to these types of rules to the game, you're going to be successful in the pimp game, and you can thank your man Vinnie Mac for the top 10 rules to the game. I don't like to keep you guys long. The next 4 critical rules coming up, I'm going to make them a little bit longer. I know you guys been wanting longer videos, so I'm going to give it to you, man, raw and uncut, of course. This is Vinnie Mac from Pimp's Corner, and I'm gone.